we will proceed with that. I should alert the members of the committee. We have a vote at 10:30, but we intend to try to keep the hearing going by rotating in and out as we need to. Comptroller Otting.
Great. Thank you very much, Chairman Crapo, Member Ranking Brown, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to share my priorities as Comptroller of the currency and my views on reducing unnecessary regulatory burden and promoting economic opportunity. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency's mission is to ensure that our federal banking system operates in a safe and sound manner, provides fair access, treats their customers fairly, and complies with applicable laws and regulations. We can accomplish that mission and rationalize our regulatory framework so that the system can help create jobs and economic opportunity. My written testimony details the conditions of the federal banking system, risks facing that system, and my priorities. These priorities include modernizing the Community Reinvestment Act to increase lending, investments, and financial education where it is needed most, and encourage banks to meet short-term dollar credit needs to provide consumers with additional safe, affordable credit choices. My priorities also include enhancing bank security and anti-underlying compliance so that banks can provide a more effective means to support law enforcement and comply with statutory and regulatory requirements more efficiently. I also support simplifying regulatory capital requirements, recalibrating the Volcker rule, and ensuring that including that the agency operates in a safe and sound manner and operates effectively and efficiently. Today, I want to discuss the importance of the quality of the work accomplished at the OCC. Since becoming Comptroller, I've been struck by the professionalism and caliber of the agency staff. The agency's 4,000 employees serve our nation by performing the important task of supervising more than 1,300 national banks, federal savings associations, and federal branches of foreign banks. While the vast majority of the institutions we oversee are small community banks, the system also includes the large, most globally active banks in our country. Successful supervision requires a corps of professional examiners supported by lawyers, economists, information technology specialists, policy experts, and others. Few Americans know the OCC, but the majority of them have a relationship with at least one of the banks we supervise. It is not an overstatement to say our nation's banking system is the most respected in the world, due in large part to the quality of the supervision the OCC provides. The OCC is unique among federal banking regulators. It is the sole regulator exclusively dedicated to prudential supervision. Undistracted by multiple mandates, we maintain a laser focus on bank safety, soundness, and compliance. The agency takes a risk-based approach to supervise, tailoring its oversight to the risk and business models of each bank. At the same time, its broader national perspective provides value in identifying risks and concerns that may face similar banks or the broader system. Our risk-based approach allows us to adapt to the ever-changing environment and to prioritize our regulatory resources on the risks with the greatest potential to disrupt the industry and harm its customers. Our approach may mean lower risks receive less attention compared with more immediate concerns, but also the agency has the ability to adapt quickly. History demonstrates the value of an agency with such singular focus and mature capabilities regarding regulation and supervision. Following the crisis of 2008, our country's banking system recovered faster than the rest of the world because regulators and bankers together recognized losses and worked through troubled assets more quickly than our international counterparts. U.S. banks recapitalized faster, established stable liquidity, while other global economies lagged. Our economy recovery has been steady. We are now in the second longest period of expansion in our nation's histories, and banks have been part of that success. Our banks have capital and liquidity approaching historic highs. Credit and asset quality are near pre-crisis quality, and bank risk management is better than any time in my 35-year career. This is a testament to good supervision as well as sound bank management. That strength helps banks realize their potential of being engines of job growth and economic opportunity. I congratulate the chairman and this committee on passing the Economic Growth, Regulatory Relief, and Consumer Protection Act. The act achieves common sense, bipartisan reforms that eliminate unnecessary burdens, promote economic growth, and continue to safeguard core elements of safety and soundness in our system. I am fully committed to implementing the changes in the law as quickly as possible. I will work with my fellow regulators on a collaborative, interagency basis where appropriate. When existing rules may conflict with the Economic Growth Act, where the statute provides transition periods or where the law requires agency rulemaking for implementation, the OCC plans to supervise institutions consistent with the intent of the law, including with respect to the amendments to the stress testing requirements, and will not enforce requirements on banks that the bill intends to eliminate. As a bank executive, I relied heavily on the judgment and experience and counsel of the OCC examiners. They helped me to identify issues and address them effectively before the concerns became serious problems. I felt the OCC examiners understood what we as bankers were trying to achieve and how we work to meet the financial needs of our customers. I slept better knowing the OCC supervised my bank, and you can sleep better knowing that the men and the women of the OCC are on the job. In closing, I want to congratulate you, Chairman Crapo, on your leadership of this committee, and thank you for allowing me the time to share my perspective as Comptroller. I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Comptroller, and I appreciate your kind remarks. My first question is going to be on your horizontal review. I appreciate the letter you sent me earlier this week about the OCC's horizontal review.